slow-moving storms with torrential rainfall drenching parts of Texas right now. This is a live look at our radar. Several areas along and west of I-35 are under flash flood watches. Wes Rappaport is the media and communications head of the Texas Division of Emergency Management. He's joining us to talk about what state responders are seeing today. Wes, thank you so much for your time.
Good to be with you.
You know, tell us right now the situation. Where are you seeing the most dire situation across the state?
Well, thanks, Ashley. One of the areas of concern that we certainly have is in that southwestern, south central part of the state, over the area really stretching from the Big Bend region all the way across into Houston and out into East Texas. But it's that lower southwestern portion of the state that we are monitoring. And of course, we have responders and meteorologists working around the clock to ensure that Texans stay safe over the next couple of days. We need local officials and we need Texans to do their part as well. And that's why we at the Texas Division of Emergency Management have deployed those state emergency response resources, boats and troopers and game wardens and other personnel across that affected area, across those areas of concern, to ensure that they have the resources they need should conditions change. And we know conditions can change on a dime.
Yeah. You know, when you talk about you need Texans to do their part, that's a very important key in all of this. What do you want Texans to be doing to make sure that they stay safe?
Yeah, we really need Texans to stay weather aware and to pay attention to the local forecast. Just because it's not raining over your head right now doesn't mean that it can't very soon. And it also doesn't mean that it can't flood in that area. So we really need Texans to pay attention to that forecast, follow trusted weather sources, make sure you have multiple ways to receive critical information from your local Office of Emergency Management, from your trusted official sources. And it's really just important to make sure you've got those emergency supplies in case you need them. Make sure you pack a kit, make sure you've made a plan, and follow directions from local officials. So those are the key messages that we have. Another thing that's really important too is if you don't have to be out on the roads, to avoid those roads as conditions change. We know that people are crisscrossing the state. It's summer break for a lot of folks. We know that people have to get to work, but we want to make sure that you are checking those road conditions before you get out into the roadways so that you don't end up in a dire situation. And people can do that by searching drivetexas.org.
drivetexas.org. You're very familiar with Central Texas. ATX Floods is also another really good resource that people can use. And we talk about, west flash flooding, and that's a big concern here in the Austin area. It's still fresh on our minds that we have just had that 1-year anniversary of those deadly floods in, the Hill Country. Really want people to be mindful of that too, right?
Absolutely. We all have a role to play. The state of Texas has done our part. We're in 24-hour operations at the State Emergency Operations Center. The governor has issued a disaster declaration for 59 counties in the threat area and could add additional counties as conditions warrant. And TDEM, at the direction of the governor, has deployed state emergency response resources across the state so that they are available and have already engaged in some instances, but so they are available when local officials pick up the phone and need that support. We've done our part. We need local officials to do their part. We need Texans to do their part. And that way we can have that holistic response so that everyone can stay safe over the next couple of days.
Yeah, important stuff. We do want people to stay safe. Wes Rappaport with the Texas Division of Emergency Management, we thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Ashley.